Hey, welcome back. Got a review for you today. It's going to get a little bit complicated, so let's not muddy the waters before we get started. Sorry about the voice. Weather's changing, starting to come into spring. I always get hit with the allergy stuff, but we're going to get into the bourbon right after this. All right, pretty excited about this one. I've been waiting on a chance to get it. This is Smoke Wagon, Nevada H&C Distilling Company, but it is going to be a complicated explanation on this one. So, this particular bottle is their small batch straight bourbon whiskey. This is their, I would call it their entry-level bottle, right? So this is their lowest juice that they have. I was only able to get one other type, which is the uncut, unfiltered, and we'll get into the difference, what that could possibly be here in a little bit. But I took the plastic off, but I have not even broken the paper, so you know the cork has not been out of this bottle. You can see the bottle, I don't know if you can see it, has these raised vines growing on it here, looks like, and it says the distilling, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's nice, but not overdone. Good. Yep. Oh, shoot, dropped it. Good cork in it. Little wooden topper on it. It's got the guns crossed there on it. It always makes me think of the Tombstone with the Val Kilmer and all. Wyatt Earp says, go ahead, skin that Smoke Wagon, see what happens. So that's what, but I've heard really good things about this. Here's where it gets complicated. Let's go ahead and pour it and get some air in it. Let's let it start getting a little air. Waste not, want not. Little drop on the side. Okay. They do not distill this bourbon. I know it says H&C Distilling, but the bourbon, as far as I can tell, what I've looked up online is made by MGP, and it's not aged in Nevada because it's desert. I mean, it's too dry. The barrels would, all the bourbon would flow out onto the floor after a little bit. But, on the bottle here, it says something about Indiana, but they do say every bit of it from blending. Now, they do blend, but they hand select barrels, small batches. They do the blending on it before, they proof it down and things like that. So they do have a hand in on it. There was something I read about when they made the deal with MGP that they ordered, they're saving distillate for them and things like that for later batches. So they are going all in on this. But MGP, as a company, they say this is high rye. And that's what it says on the bottle right here. But MGP has 5 mash bills that they boast on their website. One's a 45% wheat. And all they gave was the secondary grain. So, it has to be at least 51% or more corn. So one of them was a 45% wheat, one was 49% malted barley. They had a 21% rye and a 36% rye, and then a 99% corn. So I can only assume this is like the 36% rye, which puts you right in there with Four Roses single barrel on that high rye portion of it, which I enjoy on the Four Roses. So we're getting some legs going here. Wow. That's not bad. Now, MGP, they don't have an age statement here, but MGP says they age at 4 to 5 years. So it's over 4 years, but it is a Kentucky straight bourbon. I mean, not Kentucky, but just a straight bourbon whiskey. So there are different rules to calling it straight bourbon as opposed to just bourbon. Those are some pretty good legs on there. I can tell you, I'm looking forward to a good coating on the tongue. Let's get some nose. Wow. Wow, that has a nose on it. This is only 100 proof. This is 50%. Wow, I'm getting allspice, cinnamon, some conical coming through, the piney coming through on it. But then it's got that underlaying, the vanilla and dark caramel. Oh, I'm excited for this now. I can tell you, I'm excited to take a sip off this. This is this sucker's got some breadth to it, Now it was up there a little bit. I think this was just under $50 for this bottle. But it's not all pretty marketing. I know they have this inset thing with this, waxy or plastic thing they stick in there and stamp it. And it's got the raised glass, around the sides. But from what I can tell on the nose, this is going to be some good juice. Let me take a sip and get the tongue wet. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, the first thing that hits you, cinnamon. Like one of those fireball things, you put in your mouth. It gets gets hotter and hotter. But this just tames right out, after that. Wow, it's got some good vanilla, some fruits coming through. But man, those spices are kicking on all cylinders, right down through the broad middle of the tongue of the palate. And then, oh wow, what a finish. Long finish on this thing. I'm still getting those spices. But in the back here, that's where it's kicking up a notch in the back of the tongue and further back. I'm getting some of those tobacco notes and some of the oakier stuff going on. Not a lot of oak on the sides, on the front end of the palate, but man, that finish on this thing is grand. I can tell you that. Oh, that's enjoyable. That is pleasurable right there. And I'm super stoked now because they only had 2 bottles of it. And if this is the entry, I can't wait. Let me grab it. Hang on. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna hammer them back to back, but I also have the uncut, unfiltered. And this is 58.12% alcohol by volume. So you're getting up there just over 116 proof on this one. This one has black in here, where this one has the gold. This one actually has a date bottled, January 25, 2021, batch number 40 on it. This one doesn't have that sticker. You can see, I know that I think they have 4 different variants on this, but this is the only 2 I could get my hands on. So, man, I'm not pulling the plastic off this one yet though, because this one's so good on its own. I don't want to try this and go, oh, now this one's shit, but because it's not. But I'm hoping this one's going to be even better. Holy moly, man. Oh, there's that apricot-y molasses coming through. The spices are starting to tame down just a little. I'm still getting some of that cinnamon kick on it. You're talking about full spectrum. There's that pine, like a pine cone, if you're smelling of a pine cone or something. There's that coming through. Oh wow, this thing is kicking. Oh, I would not waste this. Just sniffed her That's all you need with this is a snifter. Oh man, and that's the way I like to drink them anyway, but holy moly, dude. This stuff is above average. I will give you that. Man, I have not enjoyed a sub $50 bourbon this much in a while. I do like some other bourbons. Depends on what mood I'm in. But the depth of notes in this thing, go get a bottle of it if you can get it. I mean, I know I like the TX bourbon and things like that, but you know, they're the typical notes. Man, this thing is that high rye. It reminds me, I would have to say this is reminding me of an even better Four Roses single barrel. You know, I mean, it is up there. And this is their lowest bottle. Oh, cheers to the blending. Cheers to the aging proofing. Bam. This is some good stuff. Okay, so there you have it. I would definitely, this is gonna be my cigar bourbon. I'm going to smoke a cigar with this bourbon. Maybe this one, but definitely one of these two. I'm gonna try this one before I go out and find the right cigar. But this thing will stand up to your cigar. Absolutely, I'll still have the finish going. Long. And it's giving me a pretty good warmth down here for 100 proof. Some of that spice is helping out with that. But, oh wow. Finally, a great bourbon. I still like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520 better. Okay, that batch. Yeah, and it's different. It's not on the same playing field with like Eagle Rare and some of the other ones. I mean, that's great, and the Mictors and stuff. That's good stuff, but it doesn't have the rye content that this one has. It doesn't have the breadth of notes you're not going to get. You know, out of some of those, but they're certainly easy sippers. But man, this thing is just freaking enjoyable. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell down there for notifications, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.